Alright, so here we are. This is your extra credit activity for your Photoshop, and this is going to be a Polaroid collage. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a picture similar to this of the University of Colorado in Boulder, and you are going to make it, finished product, look like this. I actually don't think this one looks that good, so you're going to make yours better than mine. Okay, so you're going to take all these little old Polaroid pictures and you're going to put them on top of your original so that they all show through. They look like they're laying on top to form a one. If you laid them a certain way, they kind of formed a picture. Alright, and then you're going to add this text across the top. So first you're just going to do your Polaroids like this, and then you'll add your text at the end. Polaroid pictures, in case you don't know, I don't know, way back when they had this camera and it would take a picture and it would spit the picture out of the camera immediately, and it always had these white frames around it, and that's what a Polaroid picture is. Alright, so we're going to need a picture first. So University of Colorado in Boulder. You're going to go to Google, okay, and in images you're going to do a search for University of Colorado. It's going to pull up all these different pictures that you see here. And you can use any of them. I don't care which one you use as long as it's a picture of the campus. Now the one that I selected is this one right here. So you click on it, right click, save image as, save it to your computer. Now once again, you can use any that you want. That's just the one that I chose to use. Alright, so you're going to find one, you're going to save it, and then you're going to open it up here in Photoshop. Alright, so here's the first thing we need to do, basic. Come over here to your layers, right click, duplicate the layer. Okay, so if I went too fast, let's show you again. Right click, duplicate layer. Alright, and I'm going to call it UC, just so I know what it is. Alright, so now we have our two layers over here of the same picture. Next step, I'm going to click down here on my bottom layer, or my background layer. I'm going to come down here to the bottom. I'm going to create a new layer. Okay, I click it and it puts it right in between them, which is what I want. Now I want this layer here to be black. I don't want it to be just a transparent layer. So I'm going to click on, if you see these eyeballs in the layers, if you click on these eyeballs next to each layer, it makes them, they're not visible any longer. So right now the only layer I can see is the one that I just added, this blank layer. And I'm going to click on that one. I'm going to come over here to the left, find my paint bucket, and select it. Now you need to make sure that your top foreground color here is black. So if yours is not black, click it, find black, select it. Alright, now having my paint bucket, I just click in here, it makes it black. Alright, so now I'm going to add the eyeballs back again so I can see everything, and I'm going to select this move tool. So we have our top picture, our black layer, and then your background. Okay, we're going to add another blank layer. So here we are, okay. We want it right here. We want it between the UC layer and the layer 1. So we're going to click on the layer 1 to add it, because it's going to add it right above it. Create a new layer, click it. There it is. Okay, so we have a new layer there. Alright, so here's what we're going to do now. We're going to start making some Polaroid pictures. Okay, so over here on the left hand side in the toolbar, you should have this rectangular marquee tool. Okay, it should look similar to that. If it doesn't, hold it down and make sure you select it. Maybe it was this elliptical one. Make sure you select the rectangular one though. Now when you do this, now that you've selected this, you can click on the screen and make a big square. Okay, big square. Now if I'm going too fast for you, by the way, pause it, rewind it, do what you need to do. I'm going to kind of zoom through this. You have the ability to pause this and back it up if you need to. Alright, so you're going to make a square with this. And what this is going to be is, this is what you're going to be able to see. Okay, so sooner or later this whole picture is going to be gone, but you'll be able to see what's still inside that square. So when you're selecting something, make it something that you want to see. Alright, and you're going to need 10 of these. We're going to make 10 Polaroid pictures. So don't make it so small like this that you're going to have to make 1,000,000 of them. But don't make it so big like this that 10 is not going to fit on here. Okay, you figure out what size it should be. Alright, so I'm going to go about this big right here. Okay, this is my picture. So what's going to be showing through. Now I made sure that I was over here in layer 2 when I did this, the blank layer. Now I want to color this box in black. That's what I want to do next. So just like before, we're going to select our paint bucket. We're going to make sure that we have a foreground color of black. Alright, and then we're just going to click inside this box that we just drew. Now you'll notice nothing happens here on the screen. You can't tell anything happened. But if you look over here on the right, you can see that it did add a box. Okay, you can see it right there. Okay, it's there, and you're going to see eventually you're going to see how this works. But for right now, just make sure there's a black box there. And if you don't know if it's there, click on the eyeballs, and you can see there it is. And then we're going to add these little eyeballs back. All right, so we have one box there. Next, you're going to go down here, making sure that you have layer 2 or the one with the black box selected. You're going to click create a new layer. You're going to do the same thing again. Alright, and it added a layer there for you. Okay. Now we actually want this layer below it, so we're going to drag it down here. We want our black layer on top of it. We're going to put it just below that. Now we're going to do the same thing again. Okay. We're going to come over here, we're going to select this marquee tool, click it, and you want it to be just around, okay, just around the one you just drew. Now when you click on it, that other one's going to disappear, so you're not going to be able to see it. So we're going to kind of guess where it's at. Alright, we're going to try to just draw it, and we can adjust it in a minute. But right now we just kind of try to draw it around it, a little bit bigger than the one before. Now we're going to come over here. We want this one to be white though. Okay, so you can see we're in this blank layer, the one we just added, just below the one that has the black box. You're going to come over here, and we're going to select our paint bucket again, but this time make sure your foreground or your top color is white. So I switched to mine, or you can click on it and just select white in here. Okay. Now we make sure we have the right layer selected. We're going to click here. Boom. We add that white box. Now you can't see it either, but if you look real closely, you can see it over here on the right hand side. Alright, so I'm going to select my move tool. Okay, now what I can do here is I can click off this, click that little eyeball, and you can see now kind of what it's going to look like. Okay, and if you need to make adjustments to your white box, because maybe you have it looking like this, alright, you can click on the white box, the little handles on the edge, and resize it. You can use your arrows to move it just a little bit if you need to. Alright, but there you have it. Okay, we can add that back. Alright, so look, here's what we got. We got our top layer. It's the University of Colorado. We have our next layer of the black box, which is going to be what we see eventually. Then our white box layer, which is going to be the border around that, and then a black layer, and then our original background layer. Okay. All right. So we're about to do a Polaroid here, but before we do that, here's what we need to do. All right. Over here, you have 3 layers. We're going to select the top layer, which is the picture of the campus, the next layer, which is the black box, and the next layer too. So we're going to select all 3 of them. Now to do that, you hold down Control on your keyboard and you click on each one. So we have all 3 selected. Now you're going to right click on them and you're going to go duplicate layers. Okay, so I said OK, and you can see it duplicated all of them. Okay, so the ones that just duplicated, I want you to click on these eyeballs next to them. I don't want to see them. We don't want to see those right now. Okay, so click on the eyeballs next to them. And we're going to come back down here to our original, our top layer here. So look, let's go back up. We just duplicated these. So you have 3 layers up, top, and then on the 4th layer is another picture of the campus. That's the layer that we want to select right now. Okay, That's the layer that we want to select. Alright, now here we go. You have your two layers down here, the black box and the white box, and then our picture of our campus. We're going to go up here to the top and we're going to go Layer, Create Clipping Mask. And you can see what it does there. Okay? You can see what it does. It creates a clipping mask here. Now if you wanted to twist this beforehand, you could. So let's say that I didn't want this to be up and down, I wanted it to be turned a little bit. Now before we do the clipping mask, what we need to do is we can select this eyeball right here, so all we see is these two here. Hit down, hit Control, and we're going to select the layer here, the black box and the white box, and we can twist this if we want. Okay, just to add a little spice to it, because you're going to need to do that on some of them. You can move it somewhere else if you want. If you want it down here a little bit farther, go ahead, move it. Alright, so there we have it. Alright, so now we're going to go back up here, click on this eyeball next to the campus, create clipping mask. And there you have it. There's your clipping mask. Okay, that's the first Polaroid picture. Alright, now here's the way it works. These three layers right here are creating this Polaroid. Alright, and then we duplicated these above because we're going to need to use these next. But after we've done our Polaroid picture on these three, you want to merge them together. Okay, but make sure you don't do it to the top three because we're still using that. So we're going to hold down Control, select our picture, our clipping mask picture that we just added, our layer 2, the black box, our layer 3, the white box, right click, merge layers. Now what I like to do after that is double click in here and call this merge so that I know that those have been merged. Okay. Now here's what we got. Now we're going to go back up here. Here's our three layers that we can't see right now. But if you click on these eyeballs next to them, there it is, they're back. Okay, but I don't want to do that yet. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use these layers to create another Polaroid picture. Okay, another Polaroid picture. But after we create the Polaroid, we can't use them anymore because we have to merge them. So before we create the Polaroid with them, you need to duplicate them as well. Okay, so you're going to select them all. You're going to hold down Control, select all three, right click, duplicate layers. Hit OK. There you see it. Just added three more above that. Okay, we're not going to use those yet though. So we're going to come back down here to the ones that we were using before we duplicated. And click here, the eyeballs. Looky there. It throws that Polaroid picture right back on there. Okay. So I want to move this picture. I don't want it there. We're going to move it somewhere else. So once again, you have to select layer 2 copy and hold down Control and select the next one, and we can move it all around and we can rotate it if we want. Okay, there we have it. That's where I want it to sit. Hit OK. Alright, come back up here to the picture right above it, click the eyeball, it's back, and then go up here to Layer, Create Clipping Mask. Boom. There you have it. There's the next one. Now once again, we have 2 right now. You got to do 10. I'm going to show you how to do this 2 more times, and then you have to do it on your own after that. Okay, so once again, these are all merged now. Okay, these are all used to create that Polaroid, so we want to merge them. We right click, merge layers. I'm going to double click in there again and call it merge, so I know that those are the merged layers. Okay, come back up again. Select these 3 layers, the top 3. Right click, duplicate layers. Hit OK. Okay, it duplicates them above. We're going to come back down and use these 3 right here. You'll notice it's always the 3 that are above the merge layer that we add. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to click in the black box, the white box. There it is. And hit Control and select both of them. Move it out. Twist it if I want it twisted. Okay. Click on the picture right above them. Click on the eyeball. Layer. create clipping mask. There it is. This one's actually looking better than the original that I did. Okay, I think I did them too small on the first one. These are a little bit bigger. Alright, so we just made a Polaroid with these three. So hold down Control, select them, merge layers, double click, merge. Alright, do it one more time for you. So we come up to the top three, hold down Control, okay, right click, duplicate layer, adds three more above it, and come back down just below those that we just added. Here's the three that we're going to use here. Okay, eyeball, eyeball. Okay, now we have them selected already with Control. I can move it out, twist it, okay. Come to the picture right above it, hit the eyeball, create clipping mask. And there you have it. That's how it works. And then we're going to merge these again. So we're done with those. They're the Polaroid now. Alright, so right now we have 4. You got to do 10. So you got to keep duplicating and then moving them, twisting them, merging them, clipping mask, all that stuff. Okay. When you have 9 and you get to the very last one, you don't need to duplicate them anymore. You just use the final 3 that you have because it'll be the 10th one. Alright, so you would just select them like this. Alright, Control, move it out, put it wherever you want. Boom, boom. Okay, and that's what you would do. That's 5. You got to do 10 of them. Okay, so after you're done, like I said, this one looks better. The pictures are bigger. This one, the pictures are too small. So when you're done, though, you'll have all your pictures on here. You'll have 10 of them on here. And over here on the right-hand side, it'll look just like this. It'll just say merged everywhere because we'll added all our merged layers to create our pictures. And you kind of see in here all the little pictures. All right, and then you're just going to click on the text tool. And you're going to find a color, a font. Actually, you want to do school colors. They're black and gold and white, so you want to use those. Find a font that you like. Click up here on the top and add University of Colorado right in the center. So here's your ruler up here. So you'll need to figure out where the center is for this. Okay. Once you have all this complete, show it to me. It's extra credit. Like I said, if I went too fast, back this up, watch it again. If you need help, let me know. Good luck.